Saints, how we doing, bold Christians? Just want to welcome you to another day, and I just want to speak what's on my mind today, as we continue to encourage one another, as we continue to uplift one another, as we continue to promote what our God, our Father, is doing. I always try to give you a scripture to take with you today, and today I'm going to just give you John the 11th chapter, 35th verse. Very short scripture. Jesus wept. I'm thinking to myself, what in the world can make Jesus cry? Our comforter, our leader, our lawyer in the courtroom, our doctor in the hospital room. What can make Jesus cry? Well, I'll tell you what made him cry was, a very good and close person to him, Lazarus, was dead. But if you know anything about earlier in that chapter, Jesus told everyone that he would rise again. But when Jesus first heard about Lazarus, he wasn't dead yet. He was only sick. But Jesus could have went right to Lazarus at that time, but Jesus knew better. He waited 2 days before he even went to see about Lazarus. But within Jesus doing things like that, sometimes you got to know that you know when Jesus tell you something is going to come to pass. And Jesus knew that within what he was going to do, that God was going to get the glory in the end. But Jesus had such a love for Lazarus. Even Jesus cried, people. And what are we doing today to make Jesus cry? Do we have enough love in us that Jesus loves us that much that when he sees stuff wrong with us that he cries? Do we have enough love in us and a relationship with Jesus that he's going to cry over us? That's what we got to ask ourselves, people. That's the type of relationship I want to have with Jesus. And I think that we all should have the same type of relationship with the Lord. We have a lot of things going on in the world today, within the church, within our lives in general. What is the church saying about what's going on in the world today? What is the church saying about the people that are sworn in to serve and protect, that now some of them are hurting the very same people that they are supposed to be protecting? What is the church saying about that? Is that the same love that Jesus told us to share with one another? What is the church saying when the church doors are locked more than they are open? What is the church saying about that? Is that the same love that Jesus wants us to display to the community? What is the church saying about the fact that people are elected to office based on how much they hate another person or a party? They're elected to office based on relationships. They are elected to office not based on their morals, not based on love, and not based on what they can do for the community. What is Jesus saying about that in the relationship and the love that he has for us? I'll tell you what the church is saying. The vast majority is saying nothing. The church used to have a very strong voice, and we got to get back to that, people. I remember the days of the late, great Dr. Martin Luther King. He said a lot, and he said it, and he spoke out on social issues. He spoke out on community issues. He spoke out on the government doing bad things to the community. And we listened back then, and something resonated that his word that he spoke from the church, and when he was in different situations, still resonates something with us today. That's why we celebrate him. I recall when he would speak out for sanitation workers. I recall when he spoke out the day before he even died, but it was a message in everything that he said. He let you know that we're going to have some difficult days ahead, but we as a people, we're going to get to the promised land. He said that we may not get there together, because he said that he has been to the mountaintop, and God has allowed him to look over, and he has seen the promised land. He has seen the promised land. He said that we may not get there together, but we as a people will get to the promised land. So he said that he's not going to let any dog, no water hoses turn him around, because he said that his eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. So bold Christians, let's make the church have its voice that it used to have. Let's resonate something. Let's do something, bold Christians. Let's love one another.